Hello and welcome. This is Just One Thing from Swell, and today we're talking about guest reminders. My name is Jenny Vance. If we've not met, hello, I'm so glad to see you. Well, I guess I can't see you, you can see me, but I'm glad you're here with us. So we're going to talk about, we've talked about all of the emails before in another Just One Thing, just to let you know what these are in case you haven't been with us before. These are 15-minute to 20-minute sessions that we do about every 2 weeks. And we cover one topic or tip or trick to make your events in Swell better. So that's what our goal is here in Just One Thing. We post our recordings after every one in your help desk. I'll show you how to get to those towards the end of this presentation. And I know we've all been on 1,000,000,002 Zoom calls, but things have changed just a little bit. So just to make sure we all know how to get around and to ask questions if we have them, I just want to go through that really briefly. So at the bottom of your screen, you're going to see a menu. Your audio and your video are off. I have them turned off for everybody so that we can focus on the presentation and it doesn't get lost. But the thing I want to call your attention to is this chat function right here. Please post all of your questions or any comments that you have in that chat throughout. I'll get to them towards the end. And if you have questions about something that we're not covering today, so something other than our guest reminders, then you can also post those there and I'll cover them at the very end. And then right next to that, we've got this react button. That's where you can send smiley faces or little thumbs up or other emojis. There's also a button there that says, I'll be right back. If you need to get up for a minute and you want to let us know, you can post that there. So something that's kind of new is this AI companion. So a little bit further over next to the share button, there's a AI companion. So if you need to step away, maybe the dog's got to go out or something, if you need to step away, you can click on that icon and ask the Zoom's AI a question. So if you need a recap or what were the last 5 things we covered, you can ask those questions there. The AI is taking notes for us, so we'll have them at the end. And then finally, if you need to leave, all the way on the right-hand side, there's a leave. It looks like a fire escape button. So you know that's how you get out. If you need to leave, that's where you can do it. Sometimes things come up and you need to leave. And with that, let's get started on how to send guest reminders. So in your email editor, these are called reminders, but I'd like you to think of them in a broader sense. So rather than just reminders that you're sending out maybe a day before your event or a week out, it's a way to contact all of your ticketed guests all at one time. So that's really what we're talking about today. And we're going to spend most of our time in the Swell dashboard actually going through those and manipulating them. Again, if you have questions, put them in chat and we'll get to those in just a few minutes. So these are the only emails. Something I want you to know, though, is these are the only emails that we send on your behalf that don't go out automatically. So they don't go out at a specific time. You can't schedule them, but you can send them whenever you'd like to. And you can send them, edit them, and resend them as many times as you want to. So that makes them useful. Maybe you're doing a peer-to-peer campaign and you want to have your guests do a lot of pre-event fundraising. They would be perfect for that. So you could send out motivational emails right from your Swell dashboard. So we're going to get into how to do those. And with that, I'm going to get on over into our dashboard. So let's switch over into that tab. We're going to be using one of our test events today. This one is a dance, and it's a night under the stars. So if we go look at what the front of that looks like, I think we've used this in a few Just One Things now, but so this is what the front of that looks like. It's just a tabled and ticketed event. And let's look at how we send the emails in there. So there are 2 emails that you can send over here in the email editor that are reminders for your guests, or like I said, a way to contact all of your ticketed guests. And you'll find them in your ticketed email section. You're going to scroll to the bottom. You see the live stream reminder email and the in-person reminder email. And which one you're going to send depends on the kind of ticket product that you create. So just a reminder where tickets are. They're over here in setups. So you go to setup in the left-hand menu and then products. And then to create a new one, that's the green plus sign, select your product type. So we've got tickets and virtual tickets. So virtual tickets are for using with the virtual module originally, and we did that a lot during COVID, but you can use them any way you'd like to. If you have access to that model, you can use them. If you're using virtual tickets and regular tickets, regular in-person tickets, make sure that you're editing both emails and sending both emails. So with that, we're going to do the live stream or the virtual one. We're going to do that one first. Editing them works the same way, but they send slightly differently. So for the live stream reminder email or the virtual email, any of your emails, you're going to go to the email editor in the left-hand menu, and then you're going to click Start Editing under the email you want to edit. The left-hand side is going to show you a preview of the changes that you're making on the right-hand side. Unlike in other places in Swell where the Save button is at the bottom, if you make any changes, you need to hit the Save button. The Save button is in the upper right-hand corner in this. So you're going to scroll up to the top, and you're going to click the Save button here if you make any changes. One of the questions we get often is, but it doesn't have my event name. It says The Good Dinner. That's because it's pulling from a sample event. So even if you didn't have everything else built out, it still has some information to show you what the email would look like. So when you send yourself this preview, it's going to send you what looks like this left-hand preview. So it's not pulling your real event name. The real email will pull your real event name. And it gets that from the details section, which again is in setup. So that's details here, and it tells you the nonprofit name, the name of your event. That's where it's pulling a lot of those merge tags. Your merge tags are all located below the bottom, below the right-hand, below the right-hand panel. So where you're making your changes here. These are the merge tags for that email. Each email has a little bit different, because you wouldn't need, for instance, the live stream link. You wouldn't need that in another email. You would only need it in this one. So the merge tags that are available are right here below that tab. And they look like these funny looking texts like this. So anything that you see in this email that's a star with that up and down pike character, and then some text, another one of those and a star, that's a merge tag. You can type those, or you can just use the little gray buttons to put them in. On this one, the live stream email, something I want to call your attention to, if you're sending this out, especially call your attention to, but if you're sending this out and it's not an hour before, make sure you change the subject line so that you're not freaking out your guests. Because if it's actually a week away, you don't want to say that it's in an hour. So make sure you change that, and you can change that to anything you want. That's just a sample text there for you. When you make changes, again, hit save. Now, so for this one, to send it, you're going to go to the virtual module settings to do that. To find that, you're going to go to setup again, and then you're going to go into settings right here, and it's the first tab here on the right. On the left. Right under virtual module settings, you see this big blue button that says send live stream reminder email. When we click that button, it's going to send this email that you've just made changes to. It's going to send that to all of your virtual guests. So anybody who has a virtual ticket will start getting that email right now. It does batch them, so it may take a couple of minutes. If you have a test one in there, for example, for you, it may take a couple minutes to get to you. It's batching it so that it doesn't hit inboxes all at once and trigger spam filters. But it's sending that right now, and you'll get a little warning telling you sure you want to send it. So make sure that you do. Make sure if you're answering yes, you do. So you send it here in the virtual module settings. Now let's go into the one that we're going to be using the most of at this time, which is for in-person events. So back over here in the email editor, you'll see we have this in-person event reminder email. We're going to click Start Editing underneath it. We're going to actually make some changes to this one. Now to this one, for this one to send it, you're going to send it here in the email editor, this big blue button right here, send the email reminder. And that's going to go to anyone who has an in-person or a physical ticket. Okay. So again, you want to make sure that you change your subject line. I've already edited this one. So instead of saying the event starts in an hour, it says event name, which for this is A Night Under the Stars, Know Before You Go. And then this is the default text because I just wanted to show you what that was like. So it says, Dear Fundraiser First Name. So that's going to say, Dear John, thank you for supporting whoever the beneficiary is by joining this event. We look forward to seeing you at event time and event venue. It's fine, but we wanted to personalize it a little bit. So I've drafted an email, and I'm just going to go grab that text and copy paste it so that you're not watching me type. That's not very fun. So we're going to go over here and we're just going to paste that in. Now, we can make some changes once we've pasted that in there because sometimes spacing's not right, or we want to call attention to different areas. So for this, I put in dear first name, fundraiser first name and last name. It just had first name before, which is fine, but sometimes you don't have everybody's name. So you may have John Smith and guest of John Smith. So if you didn't put first name, last name, it would just say dear guest of as the first name. So that's why I put in first name, last name, just in case we don't have everybody's name. And then we put in our text about when it's happening. We can't wait to see you. It's happening. This is the name of the event, the time it's happening, and where it's happening. And then something you can do in particular with this email, you can put in the table number. So some people like to send out the table name and number to their guests ahead of time. So this is a great way to do that. Here's the exception. These merge tags aren't down here in the bottom. So you either have to type them in like this, or I'm going to hit save because I made some changes. Remember, we always save when we make changes. So I'm going to save. And then I'm going to show you where I got those merge tags. I got them from the table, one of our table emails. So we'll go back to selection up here, and then we'll scroll down to our table emails. I got it from the guest invitation. So if I scroll down on this email, you'll see that the table number and table name, those merge tags are there. So all I have to do to use them is just click in the body somewhere. And then I can click table name and table number and highlight them, and then Control C or Command C, depending on what device you're on, to copy those. And then you can just go over into the email you're working on, your reminder email, and paste those in. So that's how we got those. All right, so back into our reminder. Okay. So for that text, maybe we want to kind of make it match this. We want to change the color. So we could do that by just highlighting it. And then we go up here to format. You have some formatting tools, and we can change the font if we want to, or we can change the font sizes. Maybe we want to make that a little bigger. So let's go over here and make that 24 is pretty big. So let's see, maybe not quite that big. So font sizes, let's try 18. Yeah, that looks better. So we've got that. And then maybe we want to change the color. So we'll change the color to kind of a purple color. And we'll do that by going to the background color. I think I like that one. Yeah. And then that black looks a little dark to me. So I'm going to also change the text there to white. So format again, and we're going to go to text color. Oops. Text color, and we want to make it white. Well, I didn't do that right. But I think you get the idea. So you can play with those if you want to highlight it, you want to make it bigger, you want to make it look a little different, you want to italicize it, you could do that just to make that text stand out a little bit if you really want to call their attention to it. Some other things to put in this email. So you want them to know what to wear. So what to wear for this one, it's black tie optional. And what's included. We have this on our main site, but just to remind them, so we have that here, that tickets include a champagne toast, dinner, coffee, and dessert. But we also put it in our email here just to remind them. And also, since this has a champagne toast, we want to remind them that's for 21 and over. And of course, this is a dance, so it's also going to include lots of dancing. Then we want to tell them where to park and what to do when they get there. So they're going to park across the street on South Boulevard and give their name or show their ticket at check-in. So maybe we want to add some space there between that. All right. And then what I want to show you is this link, because another question that we get often is, can I put an image in here? I have a map where I'm going to show them where to park. Can I put that image in there? And the answer for that, for this email and all of your emails in the email editor is no, you can't put pictures and you can't put other multimedia resources. But there's a workaround. You can create a hidden content page, which is what we've done for this. And we've put a link to that page here. All right, so we've made these changes. I'm going to go up and I'm going to hit save. That's going to save my changes. And then I want to show you where this link goes. So if I click here and I'm going to open it, and you see it goes to this hidden page. And what I mean by hidden, so here's my home page for this event. And you see you can't get to that tab here unless you know it's there. So it's /event. So that's the name of my page. And to do that, all I did in setup, I went to content and I created a page with the green plus sign. And then when I created that page, I marked it active and hidden. So let's look at that, this specific page. So we'll click the little edit icon there next to it, and you can see it's active and hidden. So it just won't show up in my tabs, and people, unless they know it's there, won't be able to get there. But I can put all of the information that my guests will need there. So I have a parking map. I have a map of what the check-in area is going to look like. I have a video from last year that I want in case they want to watch that. So all of that you can put on a content page. Hope that helps there a little bit. Okay, so then again, if your email is ready and you're ready to send it out, all you have to do is go back into that email, the in-person email, and you just hit this big blue button. And we're going to do that. This is a test event, so this isn't going out to real guests. It says, are you sure? Because it's going to go to every one of your ticket holders. Yep. So we're going to send that, and you see it starts, that little circle starts going, and it's telling me it's going out to all of my guests. And Brooke, if you're on with me, and I know you're a guest on this, so sorry, you might get a few emails. Okay, so that's really it when it comes to our emails. This is a really kind of a short one, but I want to check and see if there are any questions. So I'm going to stop the share, and I'm just going to pop over here to chat. Okay. Remember, if you have other questions too, you can put them in. If they don't pertain to this, I'll just take them at the very end. So we have a few key points that I want to make sure that you remember. A few key reminders about reminders, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to show you just a few key points that I want you to take away from this to remember when you're doing your reminders. So let's go back into that presentation. Okay, and I'll make this a little bit bigger so we can all see it. So remember, your reminders aren't sent automatically. So these don't go out until you hit those big blue buttons. The blue buttons for the live stream email, that's in the virtual settings, which is under setup. And then your in the email editor for your in-person reminder, that's where the big blue button is for that one. You edit both of them in the same place. That's in the email editor. That's where you edit all of your emails. Okay. And with that, let's look at what's next. So in 2 weeks from today is October 16th already, y'all. And Brooke will be talking us through some table process tweaks. So some things that you can do to arrange your tables and how to arrange your tables and how to make that part of your event go smoothly. And so that will be again at 2 p.m. Eastern on October 16th. If you need help at any time, there are a few ways you can get it. So you can, anytime you're logged into Swell, you can click the help desk icons. I'm going to take you through those in just 1 second. And if you can't find what you're looking for, we're always here for you. Please email us at support@swellfundraising.com. We'll get to you just as quickly as we can. So let's look at how to access the help desk. Make sure you know how to do that. Anytime you're logged into Swell, you've got an icon here down at the bottom, a little link here, and then all the way down over here. So if you click them, it's going to take you to our help desk. You can go there directly if you'd rather. And there are lots of articles on pretty much any topic here. So you can use the search bar to find all of the Just One things. That's in the resources section. So I'm going to take you directly there. Resources and then Just One Thing from Swell. So these are all the topics we've covered so far in our Just One Things. But then if you wanted to do something else, maybe you wanted to know about the email editor, just use the search bar and it will take you to that. So here are some other things in our help desk about the email editor and your emails. So you can just click through those and get anywhere you'd like to. All right. Thank you everybody for coming. We're about at the 20-minute mark. So that's it for this Just One Thing. And we hope to see you next time. Bye.